Hi guys, Big Cheese here. Today we're at the Chuck E. Cheese on Pineville Matthews Road in Charlotte, North Carolina, taking a look at the new Ultramod Retro Zone. Now this is a corner that used to be a dining room, but recently was turned into a retro zone thanks to dedicated fans who advocated to save this stage, the only remaining free stage in the country after the 2.0 remodel sadly took over most locations. Now, we're gonna go through this one by one, and I am just, to say the least, very, very fortunate to have this stage left as my local one. So let's go through it, why don't we? Up here we have a classic 90s Chuck E. Cheese Kid Check vest with the good old 2000s Avenger Chuck, welcome Chuck E. Cheese's logo you see there. Here we have, straight from the corporate offices, I believe, a platinum statue, little bust of good old Avenger Chucky there with some glitter. This used to be in the front of the store, and pretty much the front of every CC store. The where a kid can be a kid, rubber token for good luck token, of course. Where a kid can be a kid, of course, originating from Showbiz Pizza Place. That used to be their slogan. We'll have a separate video on this. We have the tokens over time, all the way from the 1970s to the 2010s. Really awesome, even including a Showbiz Pizza Place token. Right here you have the former exterior sign of the Avenger Chuck, that classic red, green, purple, blue thumbs up there. Absolutely awesome, lit up here for the fans to enjoy. Even after changing the sign outside, they kept that in here, which I think is really, really cool. We have a Chuck E. Cheese's throughout the years sign. Back in 1977, opening their first restaurant in San Jose, California. Expanding in 1981. First international store opens at Chuck E. Cheese as Charlie Cheese's Playhouse, Australia, because in Australia, Chuck means throw up. 100 Chuck E. Cheese opens in 82. 1990, you had the Conspiration, not mentioned there, but that's when Chuck E. got remodeled. And the rest of the characters are more kind of rockify the stage. Alright, you have Sky Tubes added in 1994. Cool Chuck in 1998 to keep up with the trends of the 90s. 1999 with the Avenger Chuck, the earliest version that is. As in 2 with the Avenger Skateboard Chuck, we all know. Ticket Blaster launches in 2010, replacing the old blue screens at Studio C. As in 12, you get updated to the Rockstar Chuck, voiced by Joe Reddick, the lead for Bowling for Soup. Missing a lot of history here, but that's where my channel would have started, and the Finance at Freddy's resurgence would have happened back in 2014, giving these characters a newfound love on the internet, very important. Thought we might not be here, but the Bang Isles on tour, 2021. 2023, we get trampolines added, and 2024 was the grand reopening in Charlotte, North Carolina, right here, with this being the last public free stage in the United States. We have the Obstotron up here, separate play areas for kids 3 to 6 and 7 to 11. A very unique Chucky right there. Chucky's Star Search right there with the 90s School Chuck. Really awesome Avenger statue that I believe would have been a part of a play ride where you get your picture taken. Have the cool Chuck wooden sign, which appears in various locations, not really special, but still great to see out here. Absolutely iconic, in great condition too. We have a nice little 1920s Model T kiddie ride of Chuck E. Cheese's Pete's Livery. Very, very 90s here. I wish you would have found at Chuck E. Cheese way back in the day. I believe straight from their warehouse in Kansas. Right here is the Mount Rushmore portrait with Chuck in the middle of the presents. You got Lincoln, Chuck E. Cheese, Theodore Roosevelt, Thomas Jefferson, and George Washington there. Really iconic piece. But below that is really where the magic happens, because right here we got 2 full cases of Chuck E. Cheese memorabilia throughout the years. We have a separate video on. We'll just go pretty quickly through here. You have some Chuck E. Cheese Hot Wheels right there with the NASCAR one. Charlotte is the city of NASCAR. Some figures right there. Pictures taken on an old VHS camera, but in 2025. Pretty cool. Some banners, tokens, tickets throughout the years. Chuck E. Avenger Christmas 3 plush. They did quite a few of those. Watch. More plushies. Oh, poor dude fell down there. You right there, Chuck? See your Helen, Chuck, and Munch figures there. The new figure. Some more various props. You might know my profile pictures and images like that, or that. Very famous promo picture of Peace Time Theater Chuck. Got your classic Peace Time Theater derby that I believe the employees used to wear, and I know that because I used to work at Alpine Road back in the 80s. Another variation of the Avenger Chuck plush. Or patriotic down here, a Helen plush right there from the 90s. I believe that's a piggy bank of lots of Chuck. Here's the classic Chuck E. Cheese statue that used to appear on the side of the shows on the little memorabilia shelves on most locations back in the 90s and early 2000s. The last having those right now being Northridge. Some cups of Chuck, Helen, and Munch right there. A very nice Pasquale plush from the 90s there. Those go for a pretty hefty price on eBay, I believe, so you'll be lucky to see it here if you can't actually get them yourself. Cheerleader Helen plush, kind of going more for the minty look right there. Pilot Chuck, and look at those absolutely fresh tokens straight from the factory. Those probably left over from when they started the play pass, had nothing to do with them. You will never see tokens shinier than that, man. If you watched my video at the Studio C Alpha, you would know this bird right here doesn't really have a name, but he was actually originally supposed to replace the other characters. Thank goodness he didn't. But here is a silent one nonetheless on display, like an additional prop animatronic character. Addition to Munch Jr. Pizza Game here. Very, very cool. That was a recent addition. Up on top here, you will notice some pins, more tokens, Chucky statue. That's a classic Harmony Howlette bib for the toddlers. Very nice. IR Chuck E. Cheese's bumper stickers, classic Pizza Time Theater signs, various bumper stickers here. More of the Avenger Chuck plush variations. And look at that gummy pizza back from, is that 2005 or something? Imagine how expired that must be today. But it is a historic artifact nonetheless. Classic Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese's mug thermos here. Back from when they merged after the video game crash of '83, forming Showbiz Pizza Time. That's a full communication, of course. And here's a one and only appearance from Mr. Billy Bob Broccoli here at this location, a part of a watch with Chuck E. Cheese in the shared Showbiz Pizza Place / Chuck E. Cheese brand that they did have back then. Really cool. That's your appearance of Rock Explosion character here. Various hats, rulers, blankets, and down here we have the NASCAR driver Chase Elliott with Chuck E. Cheese after winning there, because Chuck E. Cheese has partnered with Hendrick Motorsports in recent years. A very nice 20 years of service plaque there, hand sculpted, silver plated, absolutely beautiful. Old gumball machine there, the plaque. That's for a financial award. Various awards have been given to the employees for their dedication and service. And look at this classic, I believe late 70s, early 80s at least, Pizza Time Theater Jumbo Chuck plush set. Very, very cool, very vintage. Just give you guys one last look at the full casing. Of course, we'll do a video on this separately. Very, very nice. Moving over here, you have the Chuck E. Cheese trolley car, which is just another various ride for kids. You got a pretty common Munch under the seat post there, but very nice nonetheless. And here's my favorite up here, the Beagles. That is actually an old t-shirt from the early 80s they have framed here. With the Chuck E. Cheese shirt. Here's some in 1981, as you can see there. And a 1993 Showbiz Pizza Time Chuck E. Cheese shirt as well, with the Cool Chuck / Tux Chuck. He was in the transition at the moment, along with Helen and Munch there, okay? Here we have the totally awesome Ultramod Elvis portrait right here. These used to be all over the walls in DCs. It's a shame they're moving because I think they're really cool, with Elvis playing the show as he would have back then here in the South during the 50s, with Helen fangirling out over there, as you can see, with the other dudettes. And I believe that is Colonel Tom Parker watching Elvis there, looking to become his manager. Chuck with the Shake More sign, of course. And the whole band, a part of it. Jasper on the camera, on the drums, and Munch on the other camera right there. We have your classic 2000s Friends posters. Now, these were very common back in the day, and still today in some unremodeled locations. They would just line the walls of the showroom once they unfortunately removed the good old movie / band parody posters. We have a really cute Helen and Chuck toddler town sign here, ages 2 and up. 2 and younger, my bad. Chuck E. Cheese celebrates opening its 500th store in Glendale, Arizona right there, with a cool Super Avenger Chuck right there. Now, this is one of my favorite parts here, because it is just totally too blue, ultra 80s. We have the Pizza Time Players special guest, back when they would retrofit Helen, and it's one of these 4 characters. You got Foxy Colleen, Sally Sachet, Skunk there, Artie Antlers, who actually never had a show tape, but he is still very beloved by the fans nonetheless, and the famous French Madame Oink, who can actually be seen at Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum in Michigan today. Very cool. Another 90s Chuck E. Cheese's coloring book sign, where a kid can be a kid. And here we have some of the various sports/countryside time magazine posters showing Chuck doing various activities like hanging with the cows or shooting some hoops. This one's actually going to space. You can just see how they really make you feel like you're a part of Chucky's place here. Really gives you the idea, sell you the idea that he is quite a superstar here. So that'll do it for this awesome retro corner here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Anyway, there'll be lots more to come on the specific attractions in this corner alone. So remember guys, it's easy being Chuck E. Cheesy. I'll catch you guys later. Alright, bye.